Guam's Chamorro Tamales Gisu is on the menu for today. A printable recipe is linked in the description. For today's Tamales Gisu recipe, I'm using coarsely ground masa. Homemade masa makes such a huge difference in the final tamales. This is how I measure and scoop the masa. You need to loosen it, and I'm transferring it to a baking sheet. If you're going to go through the process of making Tamales Gisu, you should start with delicious corn. A link on how to make masa is also in the description. This is 6 cups or 737 grams of masa for the red portion only. We'll toast it in the oven until it takes on a bit of color at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 Celsius for about 20 to 30 minutes, stirring halfway. This is a half cup or 118 milliliters of lard. You can use your choice of oil. Just melt on medium heat. Add 2 cups or 450 grams chopped bacon. You know what? This bacon is mostly fat, so I didn't need that extra lard. Iodate. I used homemade bacon from pork belly that didn't have a lot of meat. If you use regular bacon, you won't get this much fat. I'm just going to drain some of this oil. No problem, just an extra step. Add 6 to 10 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. It's easier without the skin and bones. While the chicken cooks, I'm going to use some of that oil to saute a half cup or 80 grams of minced onions. You can do this in the same pot if it was bigger, but I still haven't replaced the wide pot I used to have. Again, no problem, just another dish to wash. Once the onions are soft, add 8 cloves of minced garlic and saute for a minute. Check the chicken after 3 minutes and turn once they have browned a little bit. And brown for 3 more minutes. Add the onions and garlic to the pot. Add the bacon we cooked earlier and give it all a stir. Add 4 cups of hot chicken stock. And you're going to stir and simmer for about 5 minutes. Remove 1 to 2 thighs at a time. Cut it up. And shred with 2 forks and return it to the pot. Add the remaining stock for a grand total of 16 cups or 3.8 liters. And give it a stir. I'm not adding doni today, but traditionally the red half is spicy. This is the masa we dried in the oven, 6 cups or about 737 grams. Don't worry about the clumps. Pour it all in and give it a good stir. Add 1 teaspoon or 2.5 grams black pepper. Some salt and stir. Taste this before adding the rest of the salt. Needs more. This is a total of 2 teaspoons or 12 grams of salt. Add 3/4 cup or 377 milliliters of coconut milk and stir to combine well. This is a half cup or 118 mils of melted lard or oil of your choice, mixed with 4 packets or 40 grams of Achote powder. Just add it to the pot and use a whisk to blend well. Switch to a spatula once you feel the masa is dispersed. Do a taste test, although it will taste somewhat raw. Needs more fat, so I'll add back some of that bacon oil. Stir and continue to simmer until it has thickened. Look at that. Oh yeah, it's much thicker. I'm adding a mixture of a half cup or 60 grams cornstarch with a half cup or 118 milliliters of water. We'll stir and cook for 2 minutes. Grab a small spoon of it. This needs to cool first. Can you see how the mixture coats the spatula? Nice and thick. I'm going to taste this now. It needs more salt. Stir it in and it's done. We'll transfer to a roasting pan to cool, then keep in the fridge overnight to thicken more. For the white part, melt a half cup and 2 tablespoons or 148 milliliters of coconut oil or your choice of fat. I'm using a lot of coconut milk, so coconut oil will enhance the flavor. Add a half cup and 2 tablespoons or 100 grams minced onions and saute until translucent. Then add 10 cloves of minced garlic and saute for a minute. Add 7.5 cups or 1.77 liters of hot chicken stock. This is 10 cups or 1.25 kilograms of coarsely ground masa. And remember, we did not toast this, so it can have a slightly different flavor and more white color than the red half. Stir to combine thoroughly. Add 1 1/4 teaspoons or 2.8 grams black pepper. And half the salt, about a tablespoon. Stir and simmer until it's slightly thickened. Add 10 cups or 2.37 liters of thick coconut milk. Whisk to incorporate. Stir and simmer until it's thick like oatmeal. It's getting there, but still a little too thin, so I'm going to continue to simmer and stir for 5 to 10 minutes. All right, this looks good and it's ready. It's noticeably thicker. Whisk in the cornstarch slurry, which is a half cup and 2 tablespoons or 75 grams of cornstarch and a half cup and 2 tablespoons or 148 milliliters of water. And we'll whisk for 2 minutes to cook the cornstarch. It's getting even thicker. Beautifully thick. Nice. Now to taste. Needs the rest of the salt for a grand total of 2.5 tablespoons or 43 grams. I'll add the rest of that. Then transfer to a roasting pan to cool and store in the fridge overnight. It's the next day. Let's start by soaking the corn husks in warm water. I could only find the short one, so whatever. After World War II on Guam, Tamales Gisu has been wrapped in foil. I thought they used to be cooked in banana leaves like sweet tamales mandioca, but a Facebook friend said that before the war, his grandma used corn husk. So we get to use that today. We'll soak for 30 minutes while we whip the filling. Okay, pulled these out of the fridge and I'm going to break them apart. I do have a second pan of each color in the fridge, so this recipe makes a ton. You can have it. Transfer half of each filling into separate mixing bowls of a stand mixer. I happen to have 2 mixtures, so it's faster. This is not your average Guam Tamales Gisu. Use a paddle attachment and whip for 5 minutes. Whipping the mixtures helps to make them fluffy once cooked. You can use your hand, but it's going to take forever. After 5 minutes, stop the machines and scoop along the bottom and sides just to make sure you get everything. And whip another 5 minutes. Once done, transfer the whipped filling back to the pan. Then refill the mixing bowl. Let's do the same for the red half. And whip for 10 minutes total. Finally, we get to wrap. I'm using foil too because the corn husks are so short. 2 to 3 pieces of husk each, depending on the width. And align the edges together. Add 1/3 cup of each half. I love the coconut flavor of the white part. Most Chamorros use chicken stock or water, but I mean, we put coconut milk in almost everything. It makes it richer and so good. And 1/3 cup of the red part. Nothing complements coconut milk better than corn and masa with the Achote. It's so good. Chamorro Tamales Gisu keeps very well in the freezer, so it's nice to make a huge batch that will last for months and months. One more time with just the foil. It's the same method though. To cook, pour an inch or 2 of water into a pot with a steamer basket. Set the tamales in. Cover and steam for 50 minutes, but if it's frozen, steam for 75 minutes. Once done, remove and cool so that it can set for about 20 minutes. Otherwise, it's going to be real runny. Yeah, baby, I cannot wait to dig in. And with the corn husk, it's gonna be so good. I hope you've enjoyed the video because this one was a labor of love, edited amidst an iPhone update and Adobe update. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and remember to check out my other Chamorro recipes. Feel free to share, like, and link as you wish. It helps me to continue to share more Guam food videos. Dankulan si Jules Maasi, Zena Dios, Estai Otru Finatinasu.